You ever walk into a room and forget why you're there? Now imagine looking like that all the time. These animals do, and somehow they've made it their brand. Let's be honest, there's something universally relatable about that wide-eyed, head-tilted, what the heck is happening look. And while we humans only visit that space when we've skipped breakfast or seen a plot twist too wild to process, some animals seem to live there permanently. Whether it's because of their anatomy, their behavior, or just the vibes they're giving off, these creatures wear confusion like a fashion statement. This isn't about mocking them. It's a full-on celebration of the animal kingdom's most adorably bewildered faces. So let's dive right into the fluff, the derp, and the glorious facial expressions that scream, "Wait, what?" from creatures big, small, furry, feathery, and finned. Goats, that look like they accidentally opened a tax bill. You know that moment when you stare into space, trying to remember if you locked the front door? Goats live in that moment. Specifically, domestic goats have these rectangular pupils that, while incredible for panoramic vision, give them a permanent expression of surprise and suspicion. Add in their awkward chewing motion and stiff-legged stance, and you've got an animal that looks like it's trying to solve a really tough riddle at all times. Watch them climb steep cliffs, balance on things they absolutely shouldn't be standing on, and blink into the void like they're questioning gravity. Goats always look like they're reconsidering life choices, even if their biggest decision that day was chewing left or chewing right. And then there's the screaming. If a goat gets startled or bored or just wants to vibe, it lets out a noise that sounds like a grown man in existential crisis. So now picture the face of sheer confusion and add a human-like scream to it. That's a goat. A confused, dramatic, hill-climbing goat. Owls, majestic night birds with big energy. Now owls are technically wise, right? They've got the reputation, the scholarly glare, and the ability to turn their heads almost 270 degrees. But look a little closer, and you'll see a different vibe. Most owls look like they just woke up in someone else's nest and have no idea how they got there. With giant front-facing eyes locked into their sockets, owls can't move their eyes, only their heads. Combine that with their slow blinks and motionless stare, and you've got a bird that looks like it's buffering reality. Baby owls? They take it to the next level, fluffy, blank-faced, and blinking like their brain just rebooted. Their stunned expressions have become meme material all over the internet, and it's not just an illusion. Owls are intensely focused on stimuli, but they process it in a still, almost unsettling way. The result? A perpetual, "did I leave the oven on?" face that could rival your most spaced-out daydream. Pugs, the official mascots of mild panic. No list about confused animals is complete without pugs. These squishy-faced, snorty-nosed puppers look like they've been stuck in a perpetual state of mild panic since birth, and we love them for it. Those big, bulging eyes, that smushed nose, the constant expression of someone who just heard a loud noise but isn't sure where it came from. Pugs are lovable, loyal, and laugh out loud funny just by existing. Watching a pug process the world around it is like watching someone try to solve a Rubik's Cube while skydiving. Their tiny legs hustle, their tongues flop, their tails curl like punctuation to their puzzlement. But here's the twist. They're not confused. They're often super alert. They just look like their thoughts are permanently scrambled. Bless their hearts and their hilarious little faces. Axolotls, eternal derp mode activated. The axolotl, aka the Mexican walking fish, which, fun fact, is not a fish, is the living embodiment of, "I have no idea what's going on, but I'm vibing." With its permanent grin, external feathery gills, and smooth pink or dark brown skin, this aquatic salamander looks like it wandered into the aquarium by accident and decided to just stay. They always look happy, wide-eyed, and just a little vacant. You could show an axolotl a tax return, a light bulb, or a rocket launch, and it would still give you the same expression, wide-mouthed awe. The confusion is legendary, but don't be fooled. These creatures are low-key geniuses. They can regenerate limbs, parts of their brains, even bits of their hearts. So yeah, while they look like they've only just discovered water, they're quietly flexing advanced science skills under the surface. Axolotls are the poster children of derp, but they also might hold the key to regenerative medicine. Go ahead, look confused. You've earned it. Goldfish, the classic, "What was I doing again?" face. We've all heard the myth. Goldfish only have a 3-second memory. While that's been scientifically debunked, they can remember things for months. It doesn't change the fact that goldfish always look like they're trying to recall what day it is. Their wide, unblinking eyes and slightly gaping mouths give off the strongest "where am I?" energy in the animal kingdom. They swim in circles, pause mid-drift, and suddenly flip around like they forgot something important. Watching a goldfish is like watching a character in a sitcom walk into the wrong scene. The best part? Fancy goldfish with bubble eyes or long fins look even more theatrical, like underwater opera performers who've lost their sheet music. It's not stupidity, it's just vibes. Sloths, nature's slowest thinkers, and proud of it. Sloths are chill. So chill, in fact, that they often move so slowly algae grows on their fur. Their entire expression feels like someone just asked them a math question mid-nap. You can practically see the spinning beach ball of death in their gaze. With sleepy smiles, droopy eyelids, and a general aura of "I'll get to it eventually," sloths look perpetually confused. But that's mostly because they're processing everything very slowly. And we adore them for it. You could show a sloth a cheeseburger, and it would take 30 seconds just to blink in reaction. The confusion isn't dramatic. It's subtle, soft, and deeply relatable to anyone who's hit snooze 6 times in a row. Sloths remind us that it's okay to not have all the answers. Sometimes, you just need to hang upside down and let life flow. Lemurs, constantly caught off guard. Lemurs have a flair for the dramatic. With those big, bulging eyes and darting stares, they always look like they're watching a crime unfold. The wide-eyed expression, combined with their sudden movements and jerky head turns, makes them the most suspiciously confused animals in the forest. Their confusion is less, "huh?" and more, "who did that?" Whether they're scampering across branches or staring directly at you mid-banana bite, lemurs always look like they're on the edge of an emotional meltdown. But behind those high-drama expressions is a brain that's quick and socially sharp. Lemurs have complex social structures, grooming rituals, and even territorial stink fights. The blank stares? Pure performance art. Frogs, shocked since birth. Have you ever looked at a frog and thought, "That dude's seen some stuff?" That's because frogs have some of the most stunned facial expressions in the animal kingdom. The way their eyes bulge and their mouths settle into a neutral gape gives the impression of a creature that just read a spoiler for its own life. Tree frogs are the kings of confused stares. They sit motionless, seemingly lost in thought, then suddenly leap like they've remembered they had a meeting 10 minutes ago. The wildest thing is that they don't blink conventionally. They pull their eyes into their head to push food down their throat. Tell me that doesn't feel like a weird existential metaphor. Frogs look confused, but they're busy surviving in ways we can't imagine. And sometimes, you survive by looking utterly baffled. Pekingese dogs, glorious mops of bewilderment. With their smooshed faces, long fur, and wide, watery eyes, Pekingese dogs have the constant expression of royalty who've just woken up to realize they've been reincarnated as dogs. They blink slowly, stare suspiciously, and walk like they're not entirely convinced this reality is real. Pekingese are ancient lapdogs with imperial history, and boy, do they act like it. Their confused expression is less clueless and more, "How dare you speak to me in this tone?" Still, to the untrained eye, they look constantly unsure of what planet they're on. The fluff, the sass, and the constant emotional buffering make Pekingese dogs a strong contender for the Confused Animal Hall of Fame. Cats. Are they confused or just pretending? Cats are weird. One moment they're knocking a glass off a table, the next they're staring at a wall like it insulted their ancestors. Their expressions range from bored royalty to glitching AI, and it's hard to tell when they're confused or just silently judging us. But every cat owner has seen that face. The one where the cat freezes, pupils dilate, and it looks like it just remembered its taxes were due. That brief moment of existential dread, followed by a casual lick of its paw. It's a whole vibe. Cats can track objects, problem solve, and manipulate their humans with astonishing skill. So when they look confused, there's a chance they're faking it, which honestly makes them even more confusing. So what makes these animals look so hilariously puzzled? Sometimes it's pure anatomy, like bulging eyes or flattened faces that naturally distort expressions. Sometimes it's behavior, like random pauses, head tilts, or intense staring contests with nothing in particular. And other times, it's just the magic of interpretation. We look at them and project our own "what is going on" energy right onto their adorably confused little faces. But underneath those blank stares and questionable choices, most of these animals are sharp, adapted, and entirely in control of their world, even if their expressions suggest otherwise. Pugs may look like they just woke up on Mars, but they'll be the first to your side when there's food involved. Owls might look stunned by the moon, but they're precision nighttime hunters. Axolotls? They might have the brain of a wet sponge and the face of a kindergarten doodle, but they're regenerative legends. What's fascinating is how we, as humans, are drawn to these confused-looking creatures. There's a universal joy in watching something that looks just as lost as we feel during a Monday morning meeting. It's comforting. It's funny. It's us, in animal form. The internet has made these faces iconic. Memes, GIFs, viral videos. These animals have built empires just by looking like they forgot what day it is. And we're here for it. They bring smiles, laughter, and the gentle reminder that not knowing what's going on all the time is perfectly okay. Maybe you relate to the goldfish who can't remember where it's been. Maybe you're vibing with the sloth who's just happy to be here. Or maybe, just maybe, you're a confused lemur inside, alarmed, dramatic, but still holding it together one blink at a time. So next time life gets too complicated, just channel your inner confused animal. Take a slow blink, tilt your head, stare at a wall if you must. Because sometimes, the best way to handle the chaos of the world is with a beautifully baffled face and an unbothered vibe. Which one of these confused animals is your spirit twin? Let me know in the comments. Smash that like button if you've ever looked like a startled pug in real life. And subscribe if you're ready for more wonderfully weird and wildly adorable animal content that speaks to your soul, one blank stare at a time.